Salam, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. My emotions are joy today. Both of them are my brothers. And when I say brothers, I mean soul brothers. Two personalities who are hustlers, who build their own lane, no map, no favors. That's who I am. And I love these stories. That's what Talk with Kunal Vasudeva is all about. I want you to think about this. There is this food and beverage world. It's like this exclusive little club. Same faces, same families, passing around big opportunities. Think of it as it's their private buffet. And then there is this woman. There's this lady. She has no connections. She has no invite. She just starts doing her thing. Quietly, no fuss, pushing through all the unspoken, you don't belong here kind of a vibe. The silent treatment given by that little private family. She gets in spades, but she keeps going. She's out there making her own media. No handouts, no PR agencies behind her. Meanwhile, that F&B world, that nepotism crew over there wondering, how did she crash their party? That's what today's Talk with Kunal Vasudeva, we are going to dive into. The story of Chef Surabhi. Chef Surabhi, Girish, Sehgal, welcome to Talk with Kunal Vasudeva. It's such a joy. Besides being my brothers, which, and I've said this on camera, I love you, both of you so much. But there is so much for all of us to learn from both of you. And what a story Surabhi is with you, you know. And when I was going through this entire aspect, that how do I even capture this, right? What you have been through. The silent treatment, and that's the worst kind of a treatment. And despite that, pushing your way through quietly, doing your own stuff, and winning the Arab Awards out there in Dubai.
Absolutely.
Right? No PR agency, only grind, only good vibes out there. Take us through this journey.
Thank you. Can we cry on camera?
Of course.
It was. Thank you for talking so beautifully.
And most strongest men and most strongest women cry all the time.
That was very kind. And it's been a hard journey. It's been a very long journey. But I just knew that I had to do this. I didn't have a choice. Because I believe with conviction that if the universe has given you a gift, it is your duty to work on it and to bring it to the world. That was all I was doing. I just had to do it.
So, but you are self-taught.
Yes.
And in a world, which I said,
Yes.
people think it belongs to a few people.
Yes.
And that table usually is very difficult to kind of come to.
Yes.
And yet, as I say it again, what was that? Was it your upbringing? This resilience that you have in you?
Yeah,
And quiet resilience. I've known you for so many years, you've never said anything. You're just going at it and at it and at it.
Yes, I failed like so many times, over and over. I tried so hard, and Girish has seen the journey over the years. But as I said, like, I don't know why, but in my heart, I knew that I just had to keep doing it. Like, there was no choice. I loved it so much, and that's who I am. My work is who I am. I was born like that. I just had to do it. I just stayed in my path, stayed in my line, and just kept doing what I loved.
When did you realize in your life's journey that plant-based, the experience that you kind of create,
Yes.
Was something that resonated deeply with you? And that's your form of expression creatively to the outside world. When did that realization dawn in?
So I grew up like that. I come from a vegetarian family, and we grew up in a city where there were a lot of farms. My father always had a little farm of his own. We grew up with vegetables. Like I love vegetables with all my heart. So when I started putting my work on Instagram, I initially I was kind of mixed up and I used to do a lot of mixed work. But slowly I kind of found my path and I realized that this is what I love. And I wanted people to hear my story. I didn't want to please anyone. So if you see my Instagram, it's all the food that I eat myself, my family eats. There's nothing artificial, there's nothing fake. So that was the thing. I was just being myself.
If I probably just keep my love for you and my family's love for you and you aside,
Yes.
I and the audience, because the camera is right on the face and they can see it through the voice, feel it, or through the eyes, because eyes never lie. I am one of those people who was truly mesmerized. I was mesmerized by the production. I was mesmerized by the simple ingredients. I was mesmerized by as simple as you're just using a simple pittal,
Yes.
right, to demonstrate. And the music,
Yes.
which was truly harmonious Indian.
Yes.
And you grew organically.
Yes.
You did not blow up. You
No.
grew,
Yes.
right? And people follow you.
Yes.
Vis-a-vis, I'm sorry, but there are studio chefs,
Yes.
right? I have nothing against nobody. I think everybody in this world have to survive.
Of course.
And that's their story, right? Who am I
Yeah.
to even talk about anything like that? But the fact is, why do you think, so that India started loving you?
As you said that what I was doing was very different. They had not seen something so real. Like it's not rehearsed. Nobody shoots my videos. They were seeing a woman who was really working hard. She was shooting, she was cooking, she was styling.
All by herself.
All alone. I've never had a team, I've never had a videographer. And that was a conscious decision because it was my story.
Correct.
I didn't want you to see my story through someone else's
So
lens.
right.
So it was my story. So I did everything. And I'm a trained musician. So the knowledge of music
Oh,
and
right.
how it matches my videos, and then it's all very real. It's come my aesthetics. Everything comes and people connect with real content.
But where does this honesty come from? Because it's from here.
Yes.
Where does it come from? Does it come from back to your roots?
Yes, because I belong to a family. Like I've had a very hard childhood. So I've probably grown to be a person, like I'm self-made. There's never been anyone who's helped me come here apart from my husband and good friends.
And we're going to talk about it
Yeah.
after this,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So I think the honesty comes from the fact that I'm self-taught, I'm self-made, and I don't owe anybody anything.
Before I go to Girish,
Yes.
why are you guys so beautiful? I want to know.
He's beautiful.
No.
And he's going to cry, I think.
Why are you guys? I've said it. Girish, I've said this. If you recall, many moons ago when we met, you guys are beautiful. The energy is beautiful. There's goodness in you. There's kindness in
You
you.
need to stop.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious, Girish. Right?
Yeah.
There's so much goodness in you.
Yeah.
It's like you pretty much embrace everybody who touches your life. So you tell me, where does it come from? My audience wants to know, where does the goodness come from? Does it come from the grind? Does it come from the circumstances? Or this is who you really are?
This is who we really are, but also from the grind, because we built it ourselves. We did everything ourselves, and we want to touch lives. I mean, I just want to be real. And same as we are so alike in everything that we do. We believe and if we have a product, like I want it to be real. I want it to be true. I want it to be the food to be so amazing and so nourishing and so beautiful that it should touch your soul, not just superficially. And this is
Yeah, you're so right. You're so right.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about beauty, I don't know, it's like for me, I always feel that there is so much which we've received.
Thank you, Bache.
You know, it's like you go out in the world, it's like, yes, we've kind of had to go through a lot of grind, but we've also found such amazing people. I think I always feel that there is so much for me to be thankful for. And if you're able to kind of give back a little bit of that
True.
then it's a blessing to you.
True.
It's like it's not something. I don't feel, there's obviously a huge journey. You've reached at a
True.
certain level. There's an immense potential for you to do so much more, to give so much more back to that place. So I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, I feel grateful.
So that's Girish Sehgal. The hotel industry for the last 30 years knows him. Small community. Let me introduce India to Girish Sehgal. And there is no element of any biasness over here, conscious or subconscious, because I speak the truth. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. It's very evident. But when luxury and hospitality, at least in India, where of course you had the Taj and you had the Oberois, but when these brands started looking offshore and wanted to export hospitality, luxury hospitality offshore, maybe in the 80s, maybe in the 90s, but the luxury as a concept was a white man's game. And Girish Sehgal, you changed that game a couple of decades ago. You were the initial luxury manpower export to the world. In a world where there were only Europeans and Americans dominating luxury,
Right, true.
you were there. So in a sense, you paved the way with the brand. The brand may be the face, but you were the brawn and the brains behind that. Did you even realize this?
No, I definitely felt the responsibility, as in it's like I've always been a very, very proud Indian. And as you know, through my journey, I've worked and lived in many countries abroad. And there's always a perception of India, it's like, oh, it is a third world country. There are, poverty issues. People are not so much educated. They're not as affluent. So always there was that sense that, India was somewhere a little lesser as compared to West. I think that was a perception. And being a very proud Indian, I always felt that I had to kind of outdo that aspect. So in my mind, as a result, I had to work harder. I had to learn faster. I had to be extra patient. I had to imbibe a lot of good stuff which I was seeing. So it wasn't proudness to the border of arrogance, but obviously I knew that, there's so much to learn in the world. So I think I learned very quickly, but not staying very true to my
How did you cut
roots.
the prejudice coming your way?
I think over a period of time, when I feel prejudice is also in some ways possibly ignorance.
Yeah.
So when you go up to them,
Yeah.
you deliver the results.
So right.
And you're also not coming in the point of saying that, listen, I'm going to prove you that I'm better.
Correct.
I think my approach always has been to say, hey, listen, we're equals. So I think that has been my approach all the time, whether it is consulting or whether it is any position,
True.
whether I'm talking to my staff or whether I'm talking to my chairman or board member. I've never felt that, I'm above you, you're above me. I've always felt that, we all have a role to play.
True.
And I think that eventually, broke through. I remember a very beautiful incident because, it's like you want to just do your job. So I think it was snowing in Four Seasons, Boston. So I was there. I would just come back from Maldives. So you can imagine from a plus 35-degree temperature to minus 11, 12 degree temperature. And I think the whole drive was full of stuff and all. And people were saying, hey, listen, I think it's a housekeeper's job or whatever. So I just took the shovel and I shoveled up the place. For me, I thought it was a workout. It's like, okay, I haven't been to the gym today, so let me just do that. So I was just doing that. And it won so much of admiration from the leadership that, it's like, you're not thinking it is somebody else's job or whatever that stuff. You're leading the way. So I think people give you respect for your work.
So obviously I need to ask you this question, right? The fact that you have seen hospitality pretty much in every continent, except for Antarctica, right? Pretty much in every
Yes,
continent, right? And very early on, where the human capital export was not there, right? In fact, we imported a lot of the general managers into India, right? The expats.
Correct.
And here you were one of the early ones who was exported out. From your lens, Girish, when you look at Indian hospitality, right? And when you look at, let's say, because each country has its own hospitality, right?
Of course.
I'm sure everyone does a really good job at it. But what do you think are the distinct features which you think maybe we got this right?
So definitely, I think the way we've all grown up taking care of the guests, it's like we all talk about Atithi Devo Bhava and we talk about it, but it's true. I think I remember kind of growing up as well. I come from a very small town as Dehradun. So we used to be very popular during summers because everyone wanted to escape the heat of India.
Heat of especially Delhi.
Absolutely. And so we would always have visitors who would come through. And obviously at that time, there wasn't a concept of living in hotels. So even if it was some relative's friend who was going there, they would say, hey, listen, go stay over at Sehgal's house or whatever. And I think the care which our grandparents, our parents, and obviously, we had to do to take care of, our guests coming over.
Yeah.
I think that is deeply imbibed. So I think that's very,
Look
very
at the
much.
fact that I really love about this, the fact that when you say Atithi Deva Bhava, of course, this is not meant for my hotel friends, but the fact that it essentially means that the guest is divine. And when we do Namaste, we are actually bowing down to the divinity, and that is the guest.
Yes.
And that, I think, shows in every action of
Right, true.
Indian hospitality and ethos.
Right.
Because when we see the God, right? And I draw this analogy all the time. Even if you go to the poorest of the poor house, poorest of them, the mud house, in the back of beyond, go Jharkhand, go some village, back of beyond, mud house, they will still
Yes.
dust it
Give you
off. They will
yeah.
dust it off. They will have a parda
Yeah.
between, and although it could be just a 40
Yes.
square meter
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
right, or something of that sort, and they will put a parda to just show that this area is better than that,
Yeah.
because they're welcoming you in that area.
Very true.
चाय तो आपको पिलाएंगे,
Yeah.
पानी आपको पिलाएंगे, बिस्किट लेके आ जाएंगे, और एक आपको रिटर्न गिफ्ट भी देंगे. I have seen it
Very true.
personally to me.
Yeah.
I was shocked. पैसे नहीं है उनके पास. पता क्या दिया? दूध,
Wow.
दही, ghee,
Yes.
the natural resources, poorest of the poor. I wanted to see a village. I'd taken my children there,
So amazing.
right? And that's where this power
Yes.
hits you back. ये है,
So true.
उनमें embedded है. हम तो reflection है,
Yep.
So true.
you know?
But that's how we've all grown up, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And when you had the worldly experiences when you came back,
Mhm.
right? And you've served, and we'll talk about that later. But what more got added on to your persona?
Yeah.
What was that?
So
Give me a sense of that.
I think one other thing which I loved and I think I learned, and as you rightly said, I'm very fortunate that I went in my very early 20s out of the country to experience hospitality. I was proud of three things which I learned and I've added to my professionalism, if I may say. One is systems, which they've kind of put in place. There is, or if I kind of retrace or go back, every person knew their job.
Got it.
So it wasn't that somebody else had to kind of tell them what to do. So
Got
that basically meant that there was great amount of training
Got it.
and there was a great amount of empowerment which was there
At every level.
at every level. So
All the brands that you work for.
all the brands I worked for.
Got it.
I primarily worked with Four Seasons,
Four Seasons.
internationally,
Yeah.
and then I've consulted for Grand Hyatt and a couple others as well. But yeah, Four Seasons was my, and I think that's a gold standard.
Yeah.
So even if it's a doorman, he knew the role that he was playing in a customer's journey. He had so much of pride in what they were doing as well. So it wasn't that, oh, I'm just a poor valet or I'm just a poor doorman.
So the learning and development, if I hear you correctly, because I espouse this myself, is a line item on the P&L, and this is a strong P&L line item.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Exactly. That's an investment.
That's an investment.
So it's not seen as an expense. I won't even say it as a
Correct.
P&L. It's like a investment.
Yeah.
So that
It should be actually on the balance sheet.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That, and then having the systems in place, everything is explained, because a lot of time we get semi-skilled people coming into hotel industry. So to give them a structure, a lot of time we expect so much, but we don't really give them a structure to say, if this happens, this is what you do. Refer to this book. Sometimes they're thrown and we blame them for what went wrong. So that, and the third thing was productivity. And I think it's a matter of these two things. They would finish their job and they would head back. So there is a bit of a balance. There's a lot of talk in India about work-life balance.
Correct.
And I feel if people are productive, they know what they're doing, they can get a lot done in limited time, and they get to enjoy their life as well. So
True. So right. Shifting the focus onto you, Sue. In a world, especially luxury, right, which focuses on excess,
Yes.
which focuses on, I would say, extraordinary aspects of that experience. You have built an experience out of simplicity.
Yes.
There is a contradiction.
Yes.
Take us through that.
Kunal, I personally think simplicity is the ultimate luxury. I believe in it. It's a very famous quote. I truly believe in it. Because we complicate things too much. But if you think of a simple plate that I serve, or if you go to a really fancy restaurant and they pile up your plates with many elements, and if you remove everything, everything, what remains? You'll just taste the food, and the soul of the chef maybe will be there. The person who prepared. There's just two things ultimately.
Correct? Absolutely.
Yeah. So I personally just wanted people to not get confused, and I just want the hero of every dish to be the ingredient, and I want to celebrate that, and I don't want to confuse. I don't want to complicate. It's just beautiful, farm to table, simple, beautiful food that I want to serve.
Let me paint a picture.
Yes.
You're a musician and a creative person, so I'm the last person to paint the picture. But if I had to paint the picture, if the plate had to describe a view of the world, what do you think your plate would be saying?
That the world is a simple, beautiful place. I'm a very simple person, a woman of very few words.
Going back, Girish, is that the reason both of you are so beautiful? And I'm trying to bring the goodness and the kindness even to the viewers. It's not a skill. And it's not, of course, you have it, but there are things that happen in your life, circumstances, right? And every time they say, right, it humbles you.
Very true.
And everyone goes on the other side, but then things happen, and then again it humbles you. And eventually that humbling experience sustained over a period of time is goodness. Is that what really happened? Because you guys together have been through a lot. We're not going to talk about what you're going through right now. And that's, we know, right? But I asked you this question, and you were in Dubai when I asked you. And I asked you on the phone, I said, how are you taking this? And you were okay. And such a huge financial setback because of some bonsai guy doing whatever he did, right? And I'm sure, forget the law, the nature and the energy, if it exists, will take care of that. But you took it on your stride. You took it on your stride. Of course, it bothered you. But your disposition was calm. Where does this inherent strength come from?
I think probably I would give a lot of credit to my mother. I think she's built us that, to be a strong man, you should be able to kind of go through crisis. I think it's also a lot of belief in nature that, there is day and there's night. There's certain things which you learn when you are under sunshine. There's certain things which you should learn when you're in darkness as well. And, it's an opportunity to recalibrate and reassess. And I have a very strong feeling that God will not give you this pressure if He doesn't feel your shoulders are not strong enough.
Oh,
So
deep.
So
Totally agree.
I just feel, I think He or the power above sees something and is preparing you for something bigger, which I have a very strong feeling. Even the day when I actually had it,
Yeah.
I just felt, okay, I think
He's preparing you for something even bigger.
An aspect of my life which I possibly not paid much attention to, whether it's money management or personal money management. But, it's like you need to kind of look into it. And I feel renewed energy, I think.
But as someone who knows both of you so dearly, as an outside-in perspective, can I give you my view?
Please.
Right? So I'm also your reflection, your mirror. And I think both of you, because of your own trials and tribulations to where you have reached, right? This journey of amazing experience. Every day you have gone back home, tired, frustrated, anxious, demoralized, completely drained of your energy. And by being with each other, you have tanked up that energy in the night and you have gone back the next day.
Yeah.
Right? And you have again dispensed that energy and again the whole thing, and you come back and that aspect of Girish and Sue being with each other and Sue being with Girish with each other and more Sue with Girish, because I always say the definition of men is from women.
Very true. So true.
Right? And when we were kids, it was from our mothers.
Of course.
And when we are adults, it's from our partners. Because we give up easily. They don't.
Very true.
And coming back...
Their belief in us is very strong.
Yeah, but they don't. I want to understand that aspect, Sue. Yeah. I know you. I have known my wife. I have known so many women. Yeah. They are super strong. I know more super strong women than super strong men. What's the thing about successful people, successful women who have gone through the trials and still being stronger than us?
I don't think we are strong. I don't think I am that strong. Of course, I get a lot of my strength from Girish, honestly. And you're right that we get it from each other. Like, we break down, we talk about it. We've gone through a lot, and we are each other's home. But I think the strength also comes from at this point of life, life being a mother.
Yeah,
right. There are 2 children out there who are depending on us, right?
True.
So we have to be role models. We have to take care of them. So during this crisis, he was very strong. I was a little bit of a mess. But we knew that we had to get back for our children. Like, we didn't have a choice.
And that's the yin and the yang. That's how it works.
Yes.
Sometimes, and this is my personal philosophy, they say, who is better, right? And my personal philosophy is, as in a relationship, sometimes you are strong, sometimes I'm strong.
Absolutely.
Right? And when you are strong, I am weak, you lift me up.
Yes.
And when you are weak, I am strong, I lift you up.
Yeah.
So it's always equality.
Yes.
And
there's never anything else.
Yes.
And you're very right. While, Surabhi may say I'm stronger, but for me, I would say having her love and support to say, it's like, if nothing else, we have each other.
Yeah.
So that gives me that energy. It's like, I don't need anyone else.
True.
And I think that is what is there. And I would also kind of speak about values, which I feel I sometimes see people not expressing, and hence maybe there's also a reason why people are not so happy in their lives as they used to be, possibly a few decades back. So I think there's a very beautiful book which I'd read, which I think changed my perspective. This is the Never Eat Alone. That was a beautiful book which I'd read. And I think till that time, you also say, listen, these are my contacts, should I share or whatever? And it so beautifully explained the concept of giving and how it comes back. It may not come back through that person.
True.
And I think that's very stuck with me. People may call that as beautiful, that even if in your deepest crisis, if somebody reaches out to you for help, it's like, if you can help, we would help. So I think that's there, and I feel it's also another saying which you hear from our elders, isn't it? It's like a person climbing up is always bent down, and the person walking down is, jumping all over. So you are grounded with humility.
True.
You're grounded that there is so much more which you can do, give, receive. So
मेरा कहना एक ही है, अगर तुम ईगो हो, insecurity से हो.
Very true.
So true.
A
Very
confident person will always be humble.
So true.
And someone said it very beautifully.
Yes.
And this is about a lady asking, and I'm recounting somebody else's story, but it was beautiful. A lady, I don't know whether she was his partner or girlfriend, I don't know. But, and she asked him, I said, why is it that when a sports person or a business person, as a man, she's asking the man,
Yes.
that another man is successful, that you seem to be very happy,
Yes.
right? What is the reason that you're seeking, you are happy on someone else's success?
Exactly.
And he said something beautiful. 35-year-old guy, respect. Whoever you are, respect. And he's saying, every day as a man, all right, we are looked down on, right? By just society,
Yes.
because we have to constantly prove ourselves.
Yes.
Right.
We are unsuccessful most of the times. So if one of our tribe is successful, we see happiness in that.
That's
So
really
true.
Amazing.
Because it's so difficult to be successful as a man.
Amazing.
And I found it very deep.
Beautiful.
It's so true.
And I also heard from somebody, and I believe in that as well. It's like, it's like they're saying, hey, listen, my time hasn't come.
Yeah.
And this person had said it so beautifully. She said that if you see somebody else being successful, see that as sprouts, some other seeds have germinated, and that means you're even more closer to that success as well. So celebrate that, because your time is coming closer. So it's, I think, we're somehow all connected, isn't it? If we thrive, we all thrive.
If we go beyond life's philosophy right now, go back to the craft.
Yes.
So to you, when there are chefs who go wide,
Yes.
you have gone deep,
Yes.
right? Was that a conscious decision?
As I said, I think that's who I am. I was just being me. All through this journey, all I've ever done is be me. A lot of people tell me that, this is going viral, that's going viral. Why don't you use? You will never see me copy anyone's work. I just believe in simplicity. I'm a simple person. I live like that. I eat that food. So I was just sharing what I believe in. And I've stayed so true to what I believe in. I have been so real and so integral. I mean, I couldn't have done it any other way.
You shifted to Dubai just under a year ago.
Yes.
And under a year, you have shaken and stirred things up in Dubai. Right?
Right.
Your table has 3 months waiting. Arab Awards, you were the woman chef of the year. It's not that they knew you before you went there.
No.
What really happened?
So we went about a year back.
Yeah.
And I started a supper club just about 3 months back. 3.5 months back. And I mean, ultimately, of course, I want to open a space of my own, and I want food to go out. But I thought, okay, while that we are waiting for that, let me get the food out in some way. So we started a table of 8, and I was told that your food is beautiful. People who were doing the trials with us, and we work with the platform. So your food is very unique. It's unlike anything we've ever experienced. But the biggest problem you will face by being plant forward is to get people in those doors. How will you do that? That is going to be.
Correct.
And I don't know, God has been very kind because we started with a table of 8. We had to increase it to a table of 10. And recently we hosted a table of 20 and we had a wait list. We were completely booked out. We were waitlisted. And it was, I think, word of mouth. And I said, working with a lot of love, passion, integrity, we both have curated an experience which people have never seen before. People come not just for the food, they come for our home, they come to experience Girish's hospitality, and the kind of food that I've curated is not in the market. It is beautiful, it's clean, and it is extremely delicious. Like I have had Arabs come to my home, like local Emiratis have come, and they are meat eaters. And we hosted a table of 8 local Emirati ladies, and Girish had told me that, be prepared because the culture is very opulent and they will waste food because they are non-vegetarians, and also because the culture is like that. So don't take it personally. And the plates were all polished, and there was something very beautiful happened when before they left. So they were all talking in Arabic, and I went out and I was talking to them, and I said, "What are you saying?" So a lady translated. She says, "My friend Mona, she's saying that in Quran, Allah equates heaven to good food, and when we are sitting on your table, now we understand what that meant." I think I broke down. I cried that day because I couldn't have got a bigger compliment.
Totally.
And I thought, all these years of hard work has kind of like I've been rewarded for that. I don't need any more. Like that was that moment. And,
So tell me, to the audience, what exactly is plant forward?
So plant forward means vegetarian.
Got it.
Like progressive vegetarian food. Plant-based means no use of dairy.
Got it.
So we are doing plant forward because I do curate completely plant-based experiences also. My supper table has both experiences.
Got
so
it.
if you're vegan, I'll curate that for you.
Got it.
But if you're not vegan, I don't want to cut out the dairy for you. That's the
and the experience is incomplete without Girish.
Yes. No, it cannot be because I am always behind the scenes.
Correct.
I'm not a very people's person. I'm a very quiet person. I love my space in the kitchen. And Girish is such a great host. I mean, we couldn't have got a better person.
Yeah, seriously. And this again compliments beautifully.
Yeah.
You've been through so many tables before also, right?
Yes.
Cannot happen that Girish in 10 months there's been this exponential growth to an award by the Arabs on an Indian. बस ये मतलब समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या है. But I know it for a fact because I have been on the receiving end of your graciousness always when you have opened your house to me and my family. But take us through that experience that you created once the food was on the table, on the 10, sometimes random.
Yes.
Right?
Mostly random.
Take us through that entire aspect.
No, honestly, my job is possibly 10% because, the food that it kind of comes through and also the pre-preparation.
Yeah.
Like for her, she truly believes that if we are giving somebody an experience, it needs to be many exponential value that needs to come through. So that will go through a very beautiful music playlist, which will be curated. It'll be with the beautiful scented candles. It'll be through the experiential fresh flowers that
would you have already sussed out who your guests are so that the music is curated accordingly?
No, that is her.
Oh, that's her.
She is showcasing herself. And that is which draws. We've had people who are Emiratis, Russians, Americans, ambassadors, Australians, all nationalities which have come.
You talked to me about that Marathi lady.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, talk. Yeah. I love that story.
Yeah, no, I think it just feels so beautiful that, as you rightly said, a lot of time these are random people. So maybe a friend, 2 people who are known, but they don't know the other 8 people. The other 8 people don't know the rest of them as well. So I think it is the power of truth. It is the power of beauty that I think it finds its own way.
Yeah.
And this was such a beautiful story. We had this very lady, she just retired from a government job. from Pune. She was suffering with severe arthritis and she wanted to do something with her money because she just retired, single lady. And one of Surabhi's followers said that, don't take a long flight, go international, experience Dubai, not just for Dubai, but you want to go over to Surabhi's table, have a meal. And I think she was also very conscious that she doesn't speak English and she has walking abilities and all. So she came with a lot of reservations to our table. But if you see by the end of it, there are some very beautiful video of her on her Instagram post, Sabze. So the way she speaks about it, she says this is...
And in Marathi she has spoken.
She's spoken in Marathi because that's what she felt comfortable.
So right.
And also the rest of the group, which was an American couple, there's an Italian couple, there's an Australian couple, there's another Indian couple, there's an Emirati. How they welcomed and how that whole experience was. She says, this is going to be the most memorable evening for my life. And, and I think that speaks about it, that an Emirati is equating Allah's description of heaven through food to their experience there, to a lady who comes from, a non-metro city in India. And she's also getting that same experience. So I think in a sense, we're all looking for that beauty and it appeals to everybody.
You know what I find fascinating is always in contradictions. And I'll tell you, and this is something I truly believe in, that whatever you see is true. The opposite is also true. Dubai drama dazzle.
Right.
And within Dubai, you go in there, waiting for 3 months on simplicity. See the contradiction.
Yes.
What do you attribute that to, yeah? So, what do you attribute it to?
For me, people always equate Dubai to opulence and luxury.
But that's the bling is what they show anyway.
The bling.
Yeah.
But it's never been that for me. Dubai has been very real for me. I've gone back because I connected with the city. My work started there. My work actually, for the very first month.
And that was about 6 years, 7 years ago. Correct. 10 years.
10 years back.
Yeah.
And literally in the very first month of me starting my work, I was published in Khalij Times. And people have always loved my work. Like, I didn't even know that my work meant something until I lived in Dubai. So for me, Dubai is honestly a lot like Mumbai. There's people from all over the world.
Yeah.
There is people who are very well traveled, well educated. There are youngsters. We had a table of 10 absolutely young people,
early 20s,
who came to experience a plant-forward dining experience. And it is expensive. Like, especially if I was that age, I would think 30 times. But they all came, they enjoyed, they said we'll come back, they had a blast, they stayed till 3 for chai. So Dubai is anything that you want it to be.
See another contradiction.
Yes.
And any one of you can answer this, right? Again, if it's coming into my head, I'm also a normal Bharatiya. I'm sure my new viewers also normal Bharatiya. No pretense. India is largely a vegetarian country.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Largely.
Correct.
So there are regions who are, but largely we are plant-based.
Yes.
Plant-forward,
Yes.
plant-based, whatever you may want to call it. Yet this concept is not very, I would say, proliferated.
Yes.
Where does this contradiction? Why? How come there can't be a chain or something like this? Or would this concept work in India as a chain?
I'll start something and maybe you can finish off. But I strongly feel it goes back to what you were talking about, or what the perception is, that, what we have, we value very less of.
True.
Vegetarian khana hai.
Correct.
So who's going to pay so much for it? Or why? How can that be luxury? But when you go out of the country, this is novelty for them. So if you go over, you say we are largely vegetarian country. There is so much of vegetables in our country as well. But today, if you kind of go over to any of the restaurants, first, the vegetarian menu is very limited. It's not reflective of the demographic. And then it is possibly always the same thing. Dal makhni, paneer makhni, butter paneer, gobi sabji. These are the kind of things. There is no variety which is being brought in. There's no innovation. So I think huge opportunity because there are people who are now, as we said, that lady was just one, but there are so many of them who now travel to Dubai, and one of the evening is reserved to book at our table. So, they are the same people who are coming over for that experience.
True.
But somehow within our, I think, Indian hospitality, we're not taking it so seriously.
Can this be a scaled concept in India?
Very. I think the reason why we are investing so much into it, we feel that it can definitely be scaled because this problem of a vegetarian feeling like a second-class diner isn't limited to India or Dubai. You can go to UK, you can go to Turkey, you can go to any Far East or whatever. It is a challenge.
And do you think part of this whole aspect of dining and entertainment, the chef's table, in your case, Sue's table, as a concept is here to stay for the simple reason people now also want, besides going out, having that very hyper personal, very comfortable experience. Is what do you think?
No, it is.
And that's the reason what you're seeing right now in Dubai. But I can't fathom again in 3 months of waiting, right? It's crazy.
I would want to say it is not a norm. There are many supper clubs and there are some which are successful, but there are a lot of them which may not get filled up as well.
No, that's okay.
But I'm saying if you have a right combination of great cuisine, a great experience, and somehow you're able to kind of bring both together, that is very rare. And whether it is in Dubai or whether it's in India or whether we take it to UK or America, it is possible. And an extension of it would be a very cozy restaurant space where you bring that experience.
And it's also about getting people together.
Exactly.
Right?
No, but I have a theory. Thought about this a lot, that why do people come to supper clubs when they can go to a really fancy restaurant if they're spending that much? And I really thought that, when we were growing up, we had families, we would get together, everyone was cooking. And I remember when I lived in Delhi, I'd gone for a get together and I was just talking and somebody said, "Oh, do you have a cook?" And I said, "No, I cook." "You cook?" Like, nobody cooks these days. We all go out. Like, nobody hosts people in their home anymore, right? It's such a rare thing. I was in Bangkok and I got to know people don't even have kitchens in their home anymore. Like, if you want to...
Like, if you go to Singapore, the average they eat out is about 5.5 days a week.
Yeah. And they said that if you want an apartment with a kitchen, it's going to cost so much more because there's no apartment. I was so shocked. I think that's what people want, to feel like part of a community. They want to come and enjoy an evening in someone's home, get real food, real conversations.
And do you think, see the contradictions? On one side, modernism, AI, deep tech, deep search, and on the other side, the same human being seeks simplicity.
Very true.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed at our species only.
Exactly.
Right? Because I also know, and you know it better, let's talk about that. People are moving away to these very bespoke travel experiences as well.
Very true.
Away from their gadgets, away from their phone, more nature,
Connected.
more that connectedness with maybe a body of water there, or maybe forestry or whatever
Very
the
true.
case may be, right? Do you see this continuing? Where I think everything is going to explode.
Yeah.
This side is going to explode
Yes.
because people will seek more truth here,
Very true.
right? Their personal connection here.
Yes.
And this side will explode because they want to also see where technology can take them.
Yeah. I think whether it is in the hotels that I consult with or whether it's the experience that we've curated, we've always been very focused on 4 aspects. It's the energy which you have in that place. It is great food. It's like it's healing. It is decadent. It is, a lot of time people equate healthy to being boring, but it's like wholesome. It's soul satisfying. there is an element of, love and passion, which kind of we throw that in, and that sense of community. I think these are 4 basic pillars, whether we go to whatever extent of AI or modernization, these would be our needs. So you do need, these 4 aspects. And I think that is what we always aim to combine.
My own sense is the ease of my life is there,
Yeah.
but I need to be connected here.
Yes.
And both will
Balance.
coexist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? And that's just my perception, right? If I get a better tech here so that my ease of life is better, right? Someone put me in a pod and let's say within 1 hour you can reach Bombay, fantastic, right?
Exactly.
But मुझे तो फिर घर का खाना ही पसंद है.
I know.
And everyone does that,
Yeah.
right? So I think it will kind of coexist.
Yes.
And also, I think it's the experience what she's created. I would say it's like, it's like I remember this old Pepsi billboard, like you're driving long distance, you don't realize that you're thirsty. But the moment you see that, you realize that what you're missing in life. And possibly that's that word of mouth. With people coming back repeated. And I would, we feel really proud about it as well. It's like a lot of people host, journalists and editors. We've got those people also coming back and paying for that experience. So it's it makes business sense, but it also is what your soul needs, I would say.
I can't have Mr. Luxury here and not talk about luxury. What does luxury mean to you?
Very much in some ways that you spoke about what Surabhi was speaking about earlier as well. It is making things simple. It is building a connection. It is about energy in that place. It's like a lot of time we confuse luxury with beautiful chandeliers or opulence, but then we're missing that soul. So for me, luxury is personalized. So it'll be different for you. It'll be different for me. And if you are in a field of hospitality, we need to be able to customize it. Yes, of course, certain things remain the same, but being able to customize that experience for a guest is luxury for us.
True. Again, there's contradiction. You have the 4 seasons. You have the Oberois here. You have the one and only. You have the 6 senses, right? Apologies if I have not brought out any other brand over here. Their luxury has scaled. Most cannot. What do you think the reason is?
I think going back, if I just speak about it, I love that example of 4 seasons that you gave. Their focus is on very simple things. Their focus is on 3 things. One is the golden rule: treat others as you'd want to be treated. That goes over how you treat your employees, how you treat your guests, how you treat your partners. And I believe that, I think, is a very solid foundation. The other aspect which they put through is they make things simpler.
Got it.
So a lot of places, when you talk about technology, there is possibly mindless technology which is brought in, which possibly engages the employee even more instead of freeing up to serve the customer.
Or have that interaction and conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
True.
If, 4 seasons also, as you know, started off with a single motel and it's kind of gone through. So if somebody keeps it to the basics, you're taking care of your people, you're building around your people, your back areas and other aspects, and you're building around the customer.
Yeah.
A lot of places are designed in a way that it is, it's like we also say it looks so beautiful, but it's not something which if you are using it.
Do you believe that, I tried to create an experience in my earlier avatar, right, of luxury experience that was with a airline company.
Of course.
But do you think it's about that unrelenting guest obsession, period?
Very
Guest
true.
at the center of everything.
Everything.
That's what Oberois have got it right. That's what so many other chains are getting it right. That's it. My experience, who you are, when this interaction happens, is around you.
Very true.
Then I don't see what's behind you. What bag are you carrying? It's just around you.
And
do you think
absolutely
with your 4 seasons, Taj Maldives,
Yeah.
DLF,
Falaknuma.
no, Falaknuma,
Healthcare.
the health business in
Abu Dhabi, the Cleveland Clinic.
and you completely changed that paradigm.
Absolutely.
Take us through it.
Yeah. So, just to answer your earlier question, in my consultancy, I think my objective or mission is to basically have the owner see the value in investing in a customer service, in the value investing in the employees, as we were talking about earlier, in training and upskilling people as well. So, yes, that is one part of it. But going back to healthcare, I think it was a very big shift. I was doing quite well with the Taj group of hotels, and I had this opportunity to lead a startup in Abu Dhabi. They had a vision to bring in luxury hospitality in healthcare. And I'm now talking about
10 years ago?
9 years. 9 years back. And it was a very new concept. So initially when we'd kind of approached a lot of beautiful hospitals and we spoke about it and we said, listen, this is what we want to do. We want to improve the customer experience or patient experience, as we would say. And their whole thing was that, hey, listen, nobody has any expectation of us. So why should we invest in this?
They've come here only to heal.
Or they've just come here to take a treatment.
Yes, that's what, to heal. Yeah.
And I was very fortunate that fortunately Mubadala bought into that concept and we got the first project as Cleveland Clinic. And there, with our beautiful partnership, patient became the center of everything. It was, yes, the doctors were doing their aspect, but we brought in that hospitality. For the first time, brought in Michelin star chefs in hospitals.
Did you get resistance from the doctoral community?
Of course.
Because they're wired differently.
Yes, they're wired differently. And their also thought was that, this is a system which has worked for a while. Yeah. So I think it was the other way around. Instead of me expecting that the doctors would change, I had to learn their language, understand the basic concerns, develop a prototype which address the safety aspect.
Has their trust.
Exactly. Yeah. And focus on safety. And then be built around it. And, it's like it was brilliant that within a year's time, the patient satisfaction scores that we were signing up were even higher than some of the Four Seasons hotels. So in a hospital. So
both of you, again, all around the world, pretty much every continent except Antarctica, right? We should settle there. But with contradiction. Yes. When I look at India, right, I don't see much innovation happening.
Very true.
Right? I think it's pretty much that herd aspect in every aspect. It's not only about food, in every aspect. You'll have someone, let's say, I love what the Hungarian people are doing. I love what, let's say, Indian Accent is doing. They're true to themselves. Yes. Right? But if someone comes with a Japanese cuisine, and then you have literally every third restaurant which is Japanese.
Yes. Exactly.
Or if someone which is having Thai cuisine, and every third restaurant is Thai. And genuinely only 1 out of 10 is genuine about the outcome.
Exactly.
Will we ever change?
We...
Asking these questions to everybody, right? And true to the fact, what some of the restaurateurs say is, I'm playing to the gallery. I'm a business person. I have my money. I have my investors' money, right? And I am only catering to what the demand is coming from. Yes. So I'm only supplying, right? But changes happen when you've completely changed that paradigm. That's where change happens, right?
Exactly.
It can't be we're just kind of followers of it. Yeah. You need to lead. Yes. You need to lead from here. Yes. I want to understand from a chef's perspective, why are we so averse on one side? Yeah. And why we are not experimenting. You go down to New York. Geez, you have like 200 countries cuisine there.
Yes.
Very true.
Am I right?
Yeah, and even
everything.
It's stalled by the...
You go to London, you have like another 200 countries cuisine over there.
Yeah.
But we seem to be just leaning either towards the east, sometimes towards the west only for the fast food and our own fusion.
Yes.
Very true.
Why?
Everyone's playing safe. Everyone wants to make money. Nobody's really thinking about our own cuisine, I feel. Of course, Thai cuisine, Japanese. They've all French cuisine. They've all shown discipline. They've all shown their cuisine in a certain light. We see it with a lot of respect and we feel, wow, we are eating a Japanese dinner. But our narrative needs to change.
Yeah. Actually, if somebody is coming from Europe, he wants to eat that Kerala cuisine. He wants to eat that idli from Rameshwaram.
Yeah.
Or vada pav from Bombay.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And we should take pride in that and make it and export it to the world.
We need to change the narrative because our food is everyday food. It's not aspirational.
Yeah.
What we need to do is that look at our Ayurveda, look at our Sadhya meal, look at what Kerala is doing, what Kolkata is doing, what Odisha is.
Everybody.
Maharashtrian food is mostly vegan, gut friendly. My God, we are so beautiful. Our cuisine.
And it's all science.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The Konkan region, they eat in a certain way.
Yeah.
The weather is like that.
Yes.
That's the coastal region.
Yes.
The
The
seasonal
Sahyadri range region, they eat in a certain way. The
Yeah.
weather is like that.
How many varieties of rice in India?
Correct.
Who knows about it? If you think, oh, butter chicken, dal makhani, butter paneer, aloo gobi. Other than that, what is Indian cuisine for people? Who knows about sol curry? Who knows about, sadhya? I can't even cover, that.
Yeah.
How do we need to, the millets, we are a powerhouse of ingredients, spices. We need to change the way we tell our story.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some brilliant young chefs who are doing that in India right now.
Yes.
Some brilliant.
Yes.
Again, hustlers.
Yes.
They challenged the system. The system challenged them, ignored them, and they silently did their own thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you see they're coming up, you know what is it akin to?
Yes.
The OTT actors. Look at the script. Look at the
Yes.
direction.
Yes.
Look at their acting.
Yes.
It is.
And then when you look at, let's say, the
polish,
legacy.
yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
But I think you brought up a very good point, whether it was the changes in Bollywood or in our hospitality. If you talk about earlier times during Mr. Kerkar,
Correct.
with the changes they brought in, the beautiful
Kamiya
Punjabi, the concepts that they had brought in at that particular time. So
Yes.
they're also very passionate people.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether at that particular time, like for example, when I speak about my experience as the CEO managing director for the healthcare hospitality, my board wanted something new. My board was also bought into it. So are the boards not interested in hospitality? Is it a very small part of it? Are they're only looking at, ROI and there is no legacy aspect? I think that narrative has to change from top down. Because if there is a focus with the boards to say, hey, listen, we want to create something. And we've done it in past.
Yeah.
The Bollywood at certain time was, world famous. They brought in such classics as well.
True.
So somewhere I think there is a bit of a transactional nature in hospitality. They are always looking at, at the end of the year, how many more flags can I add without adding value to their customer or to the employees? It's so evident, but unfortunately we still...
But it's amazing, na? Can I tell you one more contradiction?
Yes.
So when you're talking about it, you take UK for instance, colonial history.
Yes.
We were colonized, but they were the ones who were, ruling. And pretty much all around the world, right? But eventually, everything in UK is Indian.
Very true.
Yes.
From the Prime Minister origins.
No, and if you go down to the restaurant, the top 10 are all Indian restaurants.
Exactly.
Yes.
By Indians.
Yes.
I just found this amazing contradiction. You have colonized the entire world, right? You could have taken Peruvian and Chilean and some part of some part of America, some part of Portuguese and some part of where all they were. But eventually, बस तो किसी ने पूछा कैसे? वो इंडियन है. वो दिमाग में आता, दिल में आता है, समझ में नहीं.
Very true.
हाँ, वो दिल में आ जाता है, and the food is all about dil, right? And quietly he works, and quietly he works, and quietly he works, till one day people realize, अरे ये तो prime minister बन गया,
Very true.
And that's the most amazing part of this story, right? But I think
that talent getting somebody not coming from a political family or not coming from a hotelier influence or not coming from a Bollywood family or whatever, getting an experience, like if you look at Dubai as well, almost all the top positions are filled in by, it's like the closest of aides of the sheikhs are from India.
1995, I went there for the first time.
Mm.
It was like literally Europe and America
Mm.
at the immigration.
Mm.
Obviously, there was not very much tech,
Yeah.
right? There was no biometrics and all those things over there.
Mm.
Then you had rest of the world,
Yes.
and there was India, Pakistani, and Bangladeshis.
Yeah.
And now when you go down to the Palm Islands and the Jumeiras and everything, and you have a Shah Rukh Khan movie releasing then on the Burj Khalifa, the
Yeah.
laser show happening, Independence Day happening. Oh my, I love it.
Yeah.
We feel very proud.
Right.
Yeah.
वहाँ तो दिमाग में भी आ गए और समझ में भी आ गए.
Very true.
Right?
True.
And that's the beauty. I just wish
Yes.
the same thing happens here in India.
Yes.
People experimented more,
Yes.
make an impact more, because the cultures happen when the remaining 140 countries confluence over here and eating Kerala food, Orissa food, in whichever form.
Yes.
It could be the basic,
Yes.
or it could be a
Elevated.
fusion or at an elevated experience. But when a tourist comes will come with a lower share of wallet or a higher share of wallet.
Of course.
And we must give the entire experience.
Very true.
But what we have is Japanese and Thai and Vietnamese over here.
Yeah.
Why would a UK guy or somewhere come over here and have that? We need to create our own.
So proud
Yeah.
of our...
So you need to come back to India.
Who knows?
We are global citizens.
Yeah. No, you need to come back to India. Seriously. Right. And that's what we need to do. Right? My next segment, I would say, is if I had to ask you, Sue, that I'll create a chef's table for you here in India,
Yes.
and there are policymakers or change makers or whoever,
Yes.
where you want to talk about, who do you want to invite on that table?
Who do I want to invite on that table?
Yeah. Where you want to, either you want to learn from them or you want to tell them that please change. Who should be that table? Who should sit on that table?
Oh my God, this is a very difficult question.
Think about it. Do you think about it? What kind of an experience, when those change makers, policy makers, or whoever comes on the table, what kind of an experience would you like to curate on that table? But you have to think.
Yeah. So I think it starts from an arrival. And I feel whether we're talking about policymakers, whether we're talking about decision makers, my perception is that they're all working in silos. So my experience, which I would want to curate, is to try and see that everything is interconnected.
So
we
right.
have to work together to build that India story.
Correct.
It cannot start from the hotel entrance and end at the hotel entrance.
Correct.
It cannot, you have to bring infrastructure, you have to bring in small businesses, you have to involve communities. And that is that whole experience that needs to be brought in. So
absolutely.
I feel somewhere if you're able to kind of break those walls for them to say, I'm great or I'm important, to say, we are great and, our work is important. I think that would be my objective of creating that.
Can I tell you?
Hmm.
I will get change makers and policy makers, right? And I would want to tell them few things.
Mm-hmm.
I want to let them know that with the 35 union territories and the states that we have, with the kind of districts that we have, the Prime Minister said it in Lex Friedman's thing, that every 15 kilometers, everything changes. Culture, food, spices, people, dialect, every aspect changes. This kind of a rich heritage confluence, there's no other place on earth.
Yes.
You're very, very true.
Right? India is actually a continent masquerading as a country.
So true.
Am I right?
So true.
It's an absolute continent. I would tell them just 2 or 3 things. Tourists come with this walking space. Right? Not that I like to compare, but if I have to compare, Take the newer city like Chengdu
Yes.
in China. It's the third or the fourth largest city. It's in the happiness index of China is the most happiest for the last 7-8 years.
Yeah.
It's like Melbourne, very food-centric
Yes.
city.
Yes.
Correct.
Everything has been made in the last 10 or 15 years. Everything. But they made footpath. They made boulevards. Right? When a tourist comes, the tourist wants to walk.
Yes.
Of course.
Doesn't want to Uber from this place to that place.
Very true.
It wants to walk. When you go to India Gate, right? Or when you go down to today the Marine Line seashore, people can walk.
Yeah.
Right? So as simple as don't have to transform too many things. Right? Walk.
Very true. You,
Right?
you said
People will
it's-
come
yeah.
because people want that experience.
Yes. Absolutely.
Nobody wants to hail a Uber, Ola,
No.
right? Haggle in that country. Of course, you want to travel from, let's say, one pin code to the other. Please go ahead, right? And most of the cities now have some phenomenal metro systems, but people like to walk.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no walking space.
Yes.
And this is something which you said earlier as well, is about the experience.
Yeah.
You get that experience by walking,
Correct.
by interacting, by seeing,
Correct.
by smelling.
Correct.
And if you get into a cab from one end to the
Correct.
other,
Right.
you're not breaking
Yeah,
the
none of the five senses have
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
pushed.
You're
right?
not breaking a perception. You're building that barrier between
Correct.
people to people. Our people are our biggest ambassadors.
One more thing. You know, when we talk about culture, such rich culture, भाई, एक चीज आप कर दो, and whoever is listening, the true culture of a country is on its road. Because that's where Bharat and India 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 converge.
Yes.
And when we have traffic, ulta traffic, सीधा traffic, एक के ऊपर एक वाला traffic, what is the culture that we are trying to portray?
Yes.
Very true.
Chaos.
Hmm.
एक side में we are an ascending economy. In another 5, 7, 8 years, we'll be the world's third largest economy. We talk about our culture, but the culture is also outside in, as much as is inside out. Small, one aspect, just follow the lane.
Absolutely.
Just, bhai sahab, utna hi karo, follow the lane. What are you doing? Do you know what you're doing when you're following the lane? You're just telling the person ahead silently that I respect your speed, I respect your life,
Yes.
right? And the person behind is also doing the same thing.
Yes.
True culture.
Yes.
Culture confluence on the road.
Absolutely true.
इसको ठीक करो,
Yeah.
अपने आप लोग आ जाएंगे.
Yeah.
Very much. This is the biggest.
अपने आप आ जाएंगे.
yeah.
Or honest to God, right? Of course, we ascending economy. There are a lot of our brothers and sisters who don't have the money. Totally agree, right? And the administration is doing so much for them. But every time when a car pulls over at a traffic signal and you have 30 people stomping a car for
Yeah.
arms, what really happens is, for them, it's not a thing. They empathize, right? But they feel guilty.
Of
Yeah.
course.
तुम हॉलिडे मनाने आए हो, गिल्ट फील मत करने आओ.
Very true.
गिल्ट अगर करने आए ना तो एनजीओ को लेके आना.
Very true.
वो हॉलिडे में. And,
So that's the
genuinely
contradiction.
people,
Yeah.
and have you observed something? Every time a child, an old lady, an old man comes to ask
No,
for
Yeah.
ask
yeah.
for something, most of the Indians look that way.
Yes.
It's not ignoring them. They don't know how to handle this.
Yes.
Very true.
They feel guilty.
Yes.
Isliye they look the other way.
Yes.
And
Very true.
people think that they're ignoring. No, they're not ignoring.
Yeah.
Indians को Indians के ऊपर guilt आ रहा है.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So just
How do
imagine
you solve that problem?
how do you solve that.
Yes.
No,
And that's where the tourism, this is what
Yes.
the policy people, when they come, I would talk to them about, but थोड़ी सी changes कर दो बस.
no, very
अच्छा
true.
cities ने की है. Indore,
Yes.
the most beautiful, cleanest city.
Hyderabad. is the
Surat,
beginning.
Chandigarh.
Hyderabad, Chandigarh.
Chandigarh.
Look at it, footpaths are there. People can walk
Yes.
like crazy,
Yeah.
right? I think Bombay is transforming right now,
Yeah.
but थोड़ा सा जल्दी करना.
We have to work on it.
वरना, you know,
Our children need parks. our
अरे यार
children
थोड़ा
need
before we die हमको भी थोड़ा फुटपाथ पे चलने दो यार. मतलब क्या,
Very-
थोड़ा सा फुटपाथ पे
very
चलने
true.
दो.
No, you've seen.
You know, our children is okay. हम भी है.
Maybe
हम भी थोड़ा सा फुटपाथ चाहिए.
No, it's very true. You've seen. You spoke about transformation in Chengdu. We heard about Beijing being the most polluted city at one point, and now.
See the AQI
Yeah.
level, ladies and gentlemen. We pause. If you have reached this part of the conversation on the timestamp, pause check the Beijing, check Shanghai AQI levels and compare it with any city in India.
Yes.
And you will be really surprised.
So that transformation is
Total
achievable.
So it's possible.
That technology is available.
Absolutely.
We just need the will.
Intent
Yes.
and expediency. If we want to seek that growth,
Yes.
थोड़ा सा जल्दी करना पड़ेगा.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
No, सबके पास time नहीं है. And I truly believe, can I say something?
Yes.
I'm not political. मुझे क्या लेना देना? Firstly, I don't understand. So who am I to even comment? But I know it for a fact, the administration, the central administration, for the first time in a long time, not that the earlier administration was bad, right? They have only built up from the earlier administration,
Yes.
but the ability to take bold decisions.
Yes.
Boss, मैंने तो नहीं देखा है. ये कर रहे हैं.
I think,
Bold decisions.
I think one bold decision which needs to be taken is when you're having a ministry or when you're having that department staffed by experts from that industry.
Correct.
Because I do see a lot of people, and maybe things have changed. I'm talking
Yeah.
about from a few years back, but tourism ministers don't have a clue of hospitality or of that ministry or of their destination.
Yeah.
Don't say
So,
tourism
no, how does it matter?
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what a fact. And actually, it has, let me say it differently, it has, then it's a person driven. You know, if you recall when Amitabh Kant, I think he was in Kerala and he had that God's own country.
Of course,
And,
that is beautiful.
And God bless him.
Hmm.
He single-handedly,
Yes.
that man, put Kerala
On the map.
and India on the global map.
Very true.
It took one person.
But I think that's what we have to change when you become
You just have the right,
Yeah.
you just need, everyone's intent is good. You just need the right person. You take our man, I'm sorry, big shout out to you, Nitin Gadkari ji. What has he done? Look at the infrastructure.
It's
Exponential. It's exponential.
Exponential.
I believe it's about 100, 150 kilometers of expressways a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
365 days of the year. One person.
Amazing.
That is
Same India.
That's evident. Yeah.
Same India.
Very
One person. Indians' perception of India outside the world, one person.
Modi.
One person,
Hmm.
right? The earlier guys have done full respect. Everyone has done. But one person has changed it completely. I kid you not. Your passport has some weightage today.
Very true. We've seen that.
I have some weightage today. I was, one of my friends' wife is the United Nations ambassador based out of Geneva, and he was telling me.
Yes.
And I was there, and he said, I asked him the same question. I said, has anything changed? You are in the United Nations, right? But has anything changed? He's saying, when India talks now, everyone's listening.
Yes.
No, it's very
Everyone's
true.
listening.
Very true.
Something must be happening.
Yes.
And Kunal, we've also feel the same way. I think I started off initially talking about me being a very proud Indian, and I think that's where I think my Surabhi's concern comes from. We've also had so many opportunities to change our passport. We've lived in Canada for many years,
Yeah.
but we maintained because
Yeah.
we believe in our country. We believe in, the extent till where it can go to.
And I think, and you have served some really, really big companies here in India. And India, when it's going from its current 4 to, let's say, 10, and I just written a piece, and there is sufficient data to back that every 1 trillion that India adds to its economy, 100 million people lift up.
Very true.
So the poorest of the poor lift up,
Hmm.
the next segment lift up, the next lift up, and from 4 when we go to 10, you can imagine it's a 6x lift up.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Hmm.
Boss, I to love this space.
Hmm.
You need to be in India when that lift up is happening.
I'm here.
You need to be in India.
I thought of who I'd like to cook for.
Hanji.
at the table.
Hanji.
We are not thinking small. Right?
We are not thinking small.
No.
Absolutely not.
So I think I'd like to cook for just one person.
Who's that?
Prime Minister.
Ay, kya baat.
And I want to make a beautiful thali for him, and I think he will love it.
You know what? You never know who's listening to this podcast. I know in the last podcast, the goodness of our viewers, we got about 1 million views.
Wow.
I
Congratulations.
don't know,
Yeah.
right? And God bless us. Thank you so much. Deeply, deeply grateful to you. And if Modi ji सुन रहे हैं, शेफ हैं, ISH है, काम कर रहे हैं आपके लिए, भारत के लिए, and one never knows.
No, that's an experience which
One
yeah,
never knows.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's a kind of good thing. I'm going to go to the last segment now, right? And I'll start with you, Sue. You're raising 2 boys, you're a partner, you're a daughter-in-law, you wear many hats, you wear many aprons also, right? And of course, what you have seen, the silent treatment and everything. Where does your rhythm come from? Why don't you just give up?
Very honestly, I have given up many times, but he won't let me. I'm telling you, because he knows, probably he knows more than me what I'm capable of. And I'm very grateful to God that we are together. I met him, we met in school. And I'm grateful because my journey was very difficult. Because as you said, I was trying to be part of a community that didn't want me to be there. I didn't belong ever. But it's a very beautiful thing, I'll tell you. One time we were sitting for dinner at Palakuma Palace with Mr. Mahel Bhatt. And he used to come there often and he knew us very well. And I was just sitting and they were talking. And mid conversation, he turned to me randomly and he told me, "You don't fit in." So I was like shocked. I said, "What?" He said, "Don't ever try." That just stuck with me. And I stopped trying out. And I decided that I will just do my work. Put my head down and work. And I don't care, I make it, maybe I don't make it, but I have to work. And I had him behind me every minute. Cry, I would brood, but then I get back. And I have done it for years now, and I'm so grateful that I stopped.
You know what it reminds me?
Yes.
When you're not together.
Yes.
And someone said this very beautifully. When you're not together. So the opposite is also when you're together.
Yes.
You think, हम तुम साथ थे ना, 2 कहानी बनी. Sorry, हम तुम साथ थे, 1 कहानी बनी. हम तुम अलग हुए, 3 कहानी बनी.
3 कहानी.
एक तेरी कहानी जो तुझे समझ आए, एक मेरी कहानी जो मुझे समझ आए, और एक अनकही कहानी जो बात कर लेते तो दोनों को समझ आती.
So true.
You are that one. There is one.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. The only difference is she is in a Surabhi mold and you are in the Girish mold, and then you have those 2 beautiful boys who are part of your mold.
Yes.
I definitely feel very blessed. And, it's like you spoke about the Asian Arab Chambers of Commerce Award. She was sitting over at home, invited for the Ambani.
Yeah, I know.
Ambani.
That was so good.
Wedding.
See, you never spoke about it.
I was not allowed to.
Doesn't matter. You still would have spoken about it later.
Yeah.
But that's her simplicity.
Yeah.
She doesn't talk. Right? And that was a beautiful experience.
You know, when I went there were a few more chefs. We were told not to speak about it. Till date, I'm the only chef who did speak about it. I did put it on social media. Everybody still took pictures after the MD. Everybody still took videos. Everybody's videos went viral.
You stay true to yourself.
Yes. If I commit to something.
Correct. Just stay true to yourself and you will be. Surabhi, last question to you before I come to Girish.
Yes.
May God bless you with another 30 to 40 years of life eventually. वो बोलते हैं ना कि हम आपकी और मेरी जिंदगी में only 4,000 weeks है. उसमें से है ना 3,000 निकल गए. 1,000 ही बचे. Right? सोच लिए 1,000 खत्म हो जाए. And you have invited Girish or someone has invited you. I outlive you. What do you want me to tell the world on that day?
During my eulogy.
Hanji.
That she cooked with value, that she cooked with love, with all her heart. She stayed true to herself.
Yeah.
And she touched you.
Yeah.
Her work touched, and
she was a great mother. She was a great wife. She was a great daughter. She was a great daughter-in-law. Right? And pretty much this is who an Indian lady is all about.
Very true. Powerhouse.
Powerhouse. पता नहीं कैसे करते हो. मुझे नहीं
and
पता.
one more thing.
हाँ जी.
Probably that I did something for Indian Plant Forward.
Yeah.
I contributed.
So right. Impact. Absolutely. And just be true to that. Yeah. Seriously. And that's my only, I would say, obviously, I don't have to say it because you've never been distracted, but that's the one, right?
Thank you.
Girish, your center of gravity lies always with your family,
Very true.
right? Always. You also expend your energy. You're challenging the system all the time. Work is very demanding. Boardroom is very demanding. Travel is very demanding. How do you keep this all together? Your rhythm of life.
I think for me, the most important thing which I've learned is I do one thing at a time. So if I am in the boardroom, then I'm very prepared and focused on that. If I am with my family, I'm very focused with that. And if I am with my team, then that's the most important thing for me. So I think probably just that breaking it through is something which has given me the energies and focus to deliver.
And your meditation.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I outlive you, which I don't think so. I'm a broken man today.
You have so many people's good wishes. And
Crazy.
yeah.
To build a business is crazy. But if I do, what do you think I should be telling the world?
Yeah, I think for me, my life is about people. So I would possibly hope that people say that, he saw people, not just served people. I think I made people seen. And whatever I did, whether it is for my family, whether it is for my craft, whether it is for my partners, I did it with a lot of love. And I think that's something which I feel should be my legacy.
Girish, Sehgals, Sue. I started off by saying it was a joy. It was truly an absolute most amazing conversations after a really long time I've had. Thank you so much for being on the show. And to all the audiences, the power of goodness, the power of kindness, staying true to yourself. And if you ever have to learn something from this, right? Because each episode is about your own self-reflection and self-learning as well. Is both Surabhi and Girish were there for each other. That's the importance of family. Sukh mein, dukh mein, khushi mein, gum mein, upar mein, niche mein. The family that eats together, the family that sticks to each other, all right, are always successful and happy. But more importantly, do it your way. Nobody else's way. Your life, your journey, this lifetime. Salam, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, and Adab.